Hey guys! Welcome to a kind of different video for my channel. We will be diverting from kitty content so that I can indulge myself in some more selfish content. This particular video will be documenting the birth of my new son. Lip Balm Redacted McBeauty. Lip Balm was finished on December 22nd, 2021. He was, and still is, a whopping 4 feet, 2 inches long, and weighs 1 pound and 3.5 ounces, and I am now a very proud single parent. I've been wanting to make a long Furby for a few years now, probably since I found Strange Aeons on YouTube, but I've never exactly been in the financial situation where I felt comfortable purchasing an antique toy off of eBay, so I did not. Fortunately, I have started college, and I was delighted to find out that there are multiple free-to-use 3D printers available for personal use on campus. I found a 3D model of a Furby faceplate by Demiboy on Thingiverse, and kidnapped one of my friends to help me set up the machine. It's happening. After band class, I went back to the 3D printer, and unfortunately the space was closed until the next day, but I could see the faceplate sitting there. Okay, so the place is closed down, so I can't get it right now, but it's done and it's just sitting there. So my school offers free 3D printing, which is pretty great. So I just finished up with these guys and got some cleaning up to do, but step one complete. Great. After a delightful conversation with my ex, of all people, I learned that I'd need to prime this plastic faceplate so that I could paint it. And thankfully, the top coat clear nail polish I had would be enough for after I decided to design and paint it. So, with the colors I was going to use for his body in mind, I painted the faceplate. Unfortunately, I did not have access to an airbrush at the time, as I was on campus, and airbrushing in a tiny dorm room is kind of not smart. So I had to hand paint it. If I were to make another long Furby, I would highly recommend using an airbrush. The faceplate would look a lot smoother and less like it was sculpted, if you can kind of see on this boy. I made his face a pinkish color, and his eyes are heterochromatic because I have a habit of making characters with blue and green eyes apparently. The colors I used were entirely based on what fabrics I had at my disposal. Since I didn't know where to go to get fabrics on campus, I just used the pink and green fabrics that I had for most of the body. And since I never learned how to use a sewing machine, lip balm is entirely hand-stitched. Yes, there is one sewing machine at my college that I could have easily asked someone for help to learn. And no, I did not. Yes, I am a dumbass. A little update. I've just finished the entirety of his head and sewing his body. So that's fun. And if you want to see what I was watching during this arduous task, it was of course the YouTube promoter of the long Furby herself, Strange. I had to make sure my boy was informed of his culture before he was completed. What type of mother do you think I am? Anyway, things started really ramping up after I was finished with college finals, and his spine arrived in the mail. I finally had time to stitch the last parts of his body together, and then he was complete. The last thing I had to do was take him out on a photo shoot. The next day, one of my friends and I went out to get some nice pics of him around town, including the city hall, where I did get my Simba photo op. But unfortunately, there were no windows open because it's cold and it looked pretty stupid. After that, we went outside for more festive photos, but unfortunately it is winter and I am small, and we did not spend much time outside before I got freezing and we retreated to a local Goodwill. Since then, I've brought him out a few more times, including to a New Year's Eve party. Unfortunately, some of my friends had, let's say, less than chipper reactions to this lovely man, and insisted that I needed to burn him to cleanse him of his spirits, or else he would himself. Somehow other people agreed that he was an abomination. but by the time the party ended, he'd been able to convert a few of my friends to long Furby believers, so my work there was done. So thank you all for joining me on my journey in welcoming Lip Balm Redacted McBeauty into the world. If you would like to see more of my boy, you can follow my Tumblr or Instagram to see some occasional shots of him, or stay tuned since I'm sure he's going to show up on my channel more. The links to all the resources I use to make lip balm are down in the description, along with ways to support me and my boy. And I will see you next time. Bye!